चलिए हम कंटिन्यू करते हैं। तो अब रिटेनिंग वॉल के लिए आपके पास यहाँ पे जो सेक्शन है उससे आपसे इंफॉर्मेशन आपको वहाँ से मिलेगी। हमारे पास जो रिटेनिंग वॉल्स है वहाँ पे बेसमेंट्स 2 स्टोरीज में है। तो हमने जो सॉफ्टवेयर में जो हमने हाइट ली थी वो हमने 11 फीट ली थी, तो हमारे पास टोटल 22 फीट डीप रिटेनिंग वॉल है। ठीक है, तो उसी के इसके बेस पे हम यहाँ पे कैलकुलेशंस करते हैं। तो यहाँ आपके पास जो ओवरऑल हाइट है वो 22 है, लेकिन इसको हम पार्ट्स में करेंगे क्योंकि हमारा डिफरेंट 2 स्टोरीज में है। सो दीज लोड्स आर अप्लाइड एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट। सो ये आपके पास एक ट्राइंगुलर लोड्स है कि आपके पास G22 है, और तो P विल बी 0। ये सॉफ्टवेयर आपके पास इस तरह की कैलकुलेशन, ये पैटर्न इस तरह है कि आपके पास जो यहाँ पे टॉप पे जो प्रेशर वो 0 होगा, तो द जी विल बी 22, क्योंकि जी यहाँ पे ये नहीं लेता। तो ये टॉप पे आपको पता है कि यहाँ पे कोई हाइट नहीं है, डेप्थ नहीं है, तो यहाँ पे प्रेशर 0 है। लेकिन अगर आपके पास जो डेप्थ है वो आपके पास 11 हो जाए, तो आपके पास P 1322 कैलकुलेशन आपके पास यहाँ है कि P इज इक्वल टू 11 इंटू 120, दैट विल बी 1320 PSF। ठीक है जी। तो यहाँ आपके पास जो प्रेशर का इक्वेशन है वो आपके पास P इज इक्वल टू AX प्लस BY प्लस CZ प्लस D, where X and Y are 0, so the equation becomes P is equal to CZ plus D, right? So the first one is when Z is 11, अगर आपके पास Z 11 है तो प्रेशर आपके पास 1320 है, which is 11 into 120, 1320 PSF. And the equation will become, if you put these values, Z will be 11, right? And the D will become the, if you calculate the different values from the two equations, then the P value become in here, the P is equal to 1320 PSF at the base. So when the P is 22, the C is 22, the P is 0, and the equation will become C is equal to uh, C into 11 plus 1320 is equal to 0, and the C will become minus 20 PSF at the top. The next is about the second retaining wall, which is the basement 2. And in that case, the Z is 11 and the pressure is coming from the top, which is the 1320, and the Z is 0, which is the depth for 22, and the pressure will become 2640 PSF. And again, the calculation is the Z is equal to 0, so the P will be 22 times 120, and it will be 2640 PSF, and it will be in here, and the D will become 2640 PSF at the base. Similarly, when the Z is 11 at the top, the P is already 1320, and in the previous case it was 0, so this time it is 1320. So the equation will become C into 22 plus 2640 is equal to 1320, and this will become C is equal to minus 60 PSF at the top, right? So we will apply these values in the Etab. We will go to the software and we will show the walls only, and let us disappear the floors as well. We will go to the basement 1. This is the walls of basement 1. You have to select the walls of this basement and you have to make it 1 story, and these are the walls in which you have to apply the loads, right? These are the walls of the first story basement, in which the soil pressure will be up to depth of 11 feet. So you have to go to the assign shell loads and click on this non-uniform option, and you have to select the pattern, which is the SDL, which is superimposed dead load, and the direction is gravity. So now you have to check it for the local axis, where the local axis of my walls are the inward or outward, and then you have to apply the load accordingly, right? So close this and go to the set display option, click on the other assignment, and there is an option in the shell assignment. This is the local axis, and click on apply, and you can see the local axis is in the inward direction. It means the blue arrow, it is the local 3 axis. It means the if you apply the load, the soil load in the local 3 axis, so it will be from the outside, right? So you have to make sure that these arrows is downward at the inward direction. If it is not, then you have to make it inward towards the building, right? So this is outward, this is outward, and then you have to go to the edit shell, and there is an option reverse wall local 3 axis, and now you can see that the direction of the wall is, it has been changed from the outward towards the inward. You have to reverse local 3 axis, right? So when you apply the loads in these local 3 axis, it will be acting as a soil pressure uh, towards the wall. Let us go downward, and again in the downward we have the direction out towards the outside, so you have to make it inside in order to apply the soil pressure. Go to the edit shell, and reverse local 3 axis. So now when you apply the soil loads in the local 3 axis, so it will be the soil pressure towards the building. So these are the two. Delete that, and we will go to the edit shell. So again you have to make it reverse. Edit shell matrix. So it is inward. Now again you have to go to the upper basement, and you have to select those walls in which you want to apply the soil pressure, right? And now go to the assign shell loads non-uniform, and it is SDL, and it is in the direction of local 3 axis. And now these are the different coefficients A, B, C, D. So in our case, the C is minus 120, D is 1320 because it is positive. But when the local axis is outward, in the outward direction, then you have to reverse this value. You have to insert the value in positive this value and negative this value. So the results will be the same. You have to click on apply. So this load has been applied on the basement wall, right? The lower basement, the basement 2, you have to select these walls, and again you have to apply the coefficient in our case, which is minus 60, and this is 2640, and click on apply in the local 3 direction. So this is the way you can apply the soil pressure, wall pressure, or any type of pressure which is acting in the triangular shape. You can apply this in the using the coefficient of A, B, C, D. And if you right click on the shell, you can see that the non-uniform loads SDL has been applied with the A, B coefficient 0. This is C, and this is the D coefficient. right? So this was the whole story about the assignment of the load on the retaining walls. Now, the loads on the overhead water tank. So the water loads will be applied on the overhead water tank bottom, which is the slab of the water tank, and normally the height is taken as it is kept as 5 feet. So the density of water is 62.4 PCF. So if we have to multiply the height with the density, so we will get the area load, which is the 312 PSF live load. And the wall loads on the wall will not be considered, as we do not want our seismic forces to be applied on the water tank. However, these walls can be designed separately. So we'll go to the software, and we'll go to the plane and the overhead tank bottom, and we will display the floors, and we will select these two, and we will go to the assign shell loads uniform, and we will select the live load, and we will insert 312 pound per square foot in the direction of the gravity. Click on apply. It's okay, right? You can also apply some SDL if you want to do some uh, terrazzo floors or chips inside the whatever tank. So you can assign also 30 pound per square foot in the bottom of the whatever tank, which is the 30 pound per square foot is SDL. Right click on it. So this is 30 and live load is 312 pound per square foot. So this was the whole story about the assignment of the loads, right? The next session is about the discussion on the results. If you analyze your structure, then what are the different things that you can see if you are doing your research, or if you are doing it manual calculations, then you can check the different options available in the Etab. So after the analysis, you can check the deform shape, which is the deflections, shear force diagram, bending moment diagrams, and shell stresses as well. So I have already run the analysis. So let me show you some of the results from the analysis, right? So you have to go to the display, and in here you can see the deform shape, or you can check the force slash stress diagram. You have to click on the frame pairs, and here you can check the bending moments in the beam in the column for your desired case. If you want to check it for the live load, dead load, SDL, earthquake axis, earthquake in X direction, earthquake in Y direction. If you want to check it for the load combination, whatever combination you want to check, for example, 1.2D plus 1.6 live. So what is the bending moment in the beam, which is the moment 3.3, and you can see this is the bending moment in the beam. If you right click on the beam, so this window will appear, and you can check this is the shear, and this is the maximum value, and this is the bending moment, which is the 18 kip foot, and this is the deflection, which is 0.02 inches at the distance of 16 feet. You can check it for the different load combos, the different bending moments, the different shear force and deflection in the results of the beam. You can also check it for the columns as well. You can see this is the columns. Let me show the columns. This is the bending moment diagram for the columns. If you right click on it, you can also check the uh, bending moment for the beams, for the columns, and you can see this is 1.3D plus 1.1X plus 0.6L, and this is the shear, and this is the bending moment. You can also check for the stresses in your slabs as well. If you go to the display, go to the force stress diagram, click on the shell stresses forces. You can also check the stresses in the slabs. For example, this is S11, this is S22, which is for example, in the direction of X when the normal is acting in the X direction, and this is the S22 when the normal is in the y direction as well as the forces, the stresses in the y direction. You can check different. This is the normal forces. This is the shear forces, right? And these are the principal stresses, maximum and minimum stresses. You can check as per your requirement. You can also check the deflection. For example, you can go to the because it's taking too time. Is the model is too heavy. Let me check this, and you can go to the display, click on this deform shape, and you can check the deform shape of your building in any load case. For example, for the dead, you can check the deform shape for your dead. For you can check for the load combo 1.2D plus 1.6 or any other combo as per your requirement that what is happening in my structure, right? And you can check the deflection of each corner, and you can check the deflection of the beams, deflection of the slab. Example, if you click on the joint, you can see that there is a deflection of in the direction of x, y, z, and there is a rotation in x, y, and z. These are the 6 degree of freedom for this joint, right? So this is how you can check the bending moment, shear force diagram, and deform shape for the different structural members as per your requirement. The next is about the deflection check and the torsion irregularity check, and I think this is enough, and we will continue this session from tomorrow, and we will perform this drift check and torsion irregularity check in the next session. So if you have any questions up till now, you can ask question.
Sirji, the UBC 97 Pakistan building available كل شيء منتج يشير كل شيء راسل توصل
او هغه ما هغه فولډر کې نه دی شیر کړ ډیزاین ډیټا کې
اي کې شیر شوی سرجی
یاره چې زه به
هغه کې
کنفرم
نه دی شیر شوی
حاجی خانه دی زه به اوس شیر کوم چې بغه مې زما سره څومره کوډ دي کنه ټول به زه شیر کوم اوس
خل ټیک شو جی صحیح شو
باقي تاسو کوېسچن تاسو کولی شئ
نه سرجی بس زر سات کو
دا چې تاسو پریکټیس کوئ هغه ټایم به تاسو کوېسچن راځي نو خالد صاحب نن څنګه نن سیشن کې باندې او ډېر انټرېسټینګ آی تھنک دا ډېر زیات نوي شوزونه به تاسو کتلي
جی سر خدای ګران دي
حاجی خانه ان شاء الله آسان به شي تاسو پریکټیس وکړئ نو زه تر اخره پورې هم که کورس ختم هم شي تاسو ما ته اني ټایم کال میسج کولی شئ
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So this was the end of this session. So we will meet tomorrow, inshallah. Khuda Hafiz.
Inshallah. Thank you, sir.